residents, this is the police department. There is now a mandatory evacuation in effect in Long Beach.
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but we don't know.
Are you a little worried?
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay in Oceanside.
Hurricane force wind gusts are getting closer to us. Wave heights 27 feet. So again, all of this water is just piling into the Sound and off the South Shore closer to New York City Harbor. So again, it is going to continue to be rough overnight tonight and as we head into Tuesday.
The wind is picking up. The ocean, which is what we face, is definitely getting angrier, and it's getting cloudier and cloudier, and it's getting cooler. Something's definitely happening.
We think this is real. Nature is humbling.
It should be pretty reckless, so everybody just kind of sucking it up and just doing what they got to do to get by it.
I would say Irene is nothing compared to what we're about to see tonight. It's been high tide pretty much starting since last night, and it just keeps getting higher, so we figure it's about time to go.
This is serious. This is really, really serious. I've in the years I've been here, 20 years forecasting, I've never seen something so, if you want to use the term, perfect in terms of impact on this particular area. It's actually scary to look at.
Halloween is normally a time when Long Islanders have costumes and haunted houses on their agenda. But Sunday, October 28th, 2012, Long Islanders were focusing on something a bit more frightening, the potential arrival of Hurricane Sandy, or as meteorologists were calling it, Frankenstorm. By daybreak on Tuesday, residents got their first real look at the utter damage Sandy had left behind. The merciless storm caused massive flooding along with downed trees and power lines. Even firefighters were having a hard time responding to a number of blazes across the area. Sandy's devastation affected all of Long Island's residents in one way or another.
I don't know what to think at this point. I'm just devastated at all the destruction it has caused. We lost everything.
I'm homeless right now, nowhere to live, no clothes. My house is unlivable.
It's going to take years to get back what you've lost. Thank God our lives are here, but everything else is gone.
The Long Island Sound surged to the point where we practically had a river coming through our backyard and up our driveway. And I watched the water just pouring right into our house, into our basement. Had it come up for another half hour, an hour, this whole block would have been wiped out pretty much. I really don't think any kind of preparation that you can do would prepare any community like this for a storm like we had, or potentially even worse.
People across the street had stayed, and we were texting back and forth. He was scared for his life. I've been here for 40 years, and I've never seen anything like this. I've had water. I'm one of the lowest houses on the block. This is devastating. I have 3 feet inside my house.
I never imagined anything like this, even in the movies. I still don't not believe my eyes. We lost everything. This was the best place to live, the best neighbors.
We had massive flooding. It came right up to the front door. We are high. We're high, but we actually probably have to go higher. So, but all my neighbors are lower than me.
It was like a river outside. Like a big river outside. It came up to a little bit above my waistline outside.
This is what you get for living near the water. I'll take it. I survived Frankenstorm. I'm not moving. I love this town.
I thought it was just beautiful to see the fury of the ocean come up like it did. And then it didn't stop when I would have liked it to stop. And it got pretty hairy here last night. I mean, scary, really scary.
The whole town of Long Beach, there's no Long Beach left. It's heartbreaking. This is like Katrina in New Orleans. it's as bad as that.
Just grateful that we're still alive and are able to evacuate today. It's just a blessing. You know, after seeing what the storm has done to Long Beach, yes, I believe it's a blessing that we're even here.
We're all displaced. Everybody out here is displaced. There's no electricity, there's no running water, there's no waste management. There's nothing.
Extreme weather. It was insanity. The winds were so high, it ripped pieces of our house off. We thought we were safe here, and we weren't.
Our basement is like a bowl, so if you can see the water, there's nowhere for the water to go. I have no electricity, and the water, of course, which way beyond what I could imagine.
We just rebuilt our basement and our garage and our shed, our backyard 2 months ago. My nerves are shot. I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
The flooding usually comes from the bay. This storm was unusual because not only does it come from the bay, but we're also getting wave action and the dunes being taken away, so they met in the middle and there was water throughout the whole island. We have houses that are destroyed on the bayfront, on the ocean front, in the middle, I mean everywhere.
We're going to rebuild, and that's what we do around here. We're going to go forward and do everything that we can.
With the wind damage and flooding, it soon became evident that transportation was going to be a problem for Long Island. Many intersections from Nassau to Suffolk were without working traffic lights, causing hazardous conditions, which resulted in a number of accidents. The LIRR faced challenges that were equally as daunting. The system was fully shut down and would remain that way until it was safe to restore service. By midweek, most lines were back up and running, but with limited service. But surely the biggest issue commuters faced was the unexpected gas shortage.
How long have you been in line?
We've been here since about 3:15. It's almost, I don't even know what time it is, 5:30?
6, actually.
6 o'clock?
Yeah.
Line's moving up, we gotta run out.
I need gas. Gotta keep my food cold, my baby warm. I just got my generator hooked up to my panel, and now the problem is gas. How long have you guys been waiting in line?
For like 3 hours now.
3 hours you've been waiting in line?
Yeah.
Where are you coming from?
I'm coming from Queens.
It was really getting tense until the police showed up and started telling people that they just can't keep cutting in from a different line instead of waiting on the one we all waited on for 2 hours. One guy, he just was not going to listen and kept pulling up. And someone got out of their car with a baseball bat, said, "You keep moving, I'm going to bust your windshield." So that's where it kind of got to.
The statistics were frightening. Sandy claimed 8 lives, knocked the Long Island Railroad out for 3 days, and left over 900,000 residents without power. But what can never be calculated numerically or quantified emotionally were the possessions she robbed from us. A shelf of soccer trophies crushed, or a wedding album washed out to sea. By the weekend, Long Islanders tried piecing lives back together. They were resilient, resourceful, and perhaps most importantly, united. Houses were lost, but home was still right here.
We don't have electricity, we don't have running water, and we're figuring it out each day by day, and we're making progress, and we're moving forward, and we're going to be okay, and we're going to rebuild.
There was some sad people, there was some tears, there's a few little broken hearts, but they can be mended. Just some treasures that we all lost, and we have memories that we'll keep, and we're just going to move forward.
And we'll get through the next one. I hope there's never a next one, but if there is, we'll manage with it.